Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to everyone, especially to my lecturer, Madam Dr. Suhana binti Muhammad. And my name is Siti Nurashikin. I am from UiTM Pasir Gudang, and today I will be presenting on my individual assignment for the subject of FIN435, Financial Market and Banking Services. So in my presentation today, I will be talking about foreign exchange market, or also known as forex market. So let us start with the introduction. What is foreign exchange market or forex market? So basically, the foreign exchange market is also known as the currencies market, forex or FX, and it is an over-the-counter or OTC international market where the exchange rates of different currencies are set. These markets let participants to purchase, sell, trade, and speculate on the relative exchange values of different currency pairings. So basically, Forex Center is open 24 hours a day and 5 days a week. So currency trading in the foreign exchange market comprises buying and selling two currencies at the same time. So a currency's value is determined by comparing it to the value of another currency, that means, or another counter currency. So the most often traded currency pairs on exchanges such as Euro and USD, USD and Japanese Yen, GBP and USD, and so on. Do you know about the history and the development of Forex market? So basically, they started way back in 500 years ago in Amsterdam, and where they had the first actual FX market. So basically, the exchange allowed individuals to freely transfer currencies in order to keep exchange rates stable. The gold standard was established in 1875, so which meant that countries could only produce money equivalent to the value of their gold holdings. Gold was the preferred metal since it was rare and malleable, difficult to corrode and difficult to get. So in 1913, London actually had 71 of forex trading firms. However, following the World War II, the Bretton Woods system was established. So most currencies would be pegged to US dollar, which would be guaranteed by gold reserves, according to the proposal. So in 1971, the President Nixon put a freeze on the dollar's convertibility to gold due to rising inflation and the threat of a gold rush. In 1973, the gold standard was completely abandoned, and the US dollar was no longer backed up by the gold reserves, and foreign currency transitioned to a free floating system. According to statistics, Malaysia's forex market does not match its GDP. So the Malaysian ringgit was the subject of extensive speculative activity during the regional financial crisis. So basically, the forex market is busy as a result of brisk economic activity, GDP. It increased private investment and volatile ST capital movements. Statistically, again, Malaysia's forex market does not match to the country's GDP. There was a lot of speculation on the Malaysian ringgit during the regional financial crisis. Currency attacks and panic selling occurred, and companies, banks, and mutual funds withdrew their funds from the region. However, several solutions have been discovered. So the first is the fix of Malaysian ringgit against the US dollar on September 2, 1998 at RM 3.8 per USD 1, and followed by the limit offer of swap transactions with non-resident banks in August 1997. What are the characteristics of forex market? The first one, the currencies must have a willing buyer and a willing seller. So, the first distinguishing feature of the foreign currency market is that it requires two parties, a willing buyer and a willing seller, for the transaction to take place. Without the participation of these parties, no foreign currency transaction would be possible. Foreign currency traders are buyers and sellers who represent their institution both locally and worldwide. So another pair of parties involves a company and a bank, with the bank as the selling and the corporation as the buyer, or vice versa. Next, the exchange rate between the two currencies is required. A market rate must be provided, and these rates represent the price for the exchange of two countries' currencies. The two parties engaged are the one who quoted the rate and the counterparty. The third one is a specific foreign exchange facility. So, because it has the essential facilities, the institution can function well. So basically, this is known as a dealing room at the bank, where people or bank professionals may view market prices on screen and trade with several counterparties locally and abroad. They are linked by a complicated global trade system. Next important characteristics is a mechanism must be in place to enable the electronic computer system or network to be used for both local and international payments of huge sums of money. And this method must be in place to facilitate the payment of large quantities. Precision and speed are crucial for the movement of the two currencies traded in foreign exchange. Lastly, is a formal business document which is required to go along with the corporation's request for foreign currency. This means that, for example, they have to provide a formal business document such as letter of credit, invoice, shipping documents, or bills of lading. So this is done to ensure that the currencies are utilized for genuine economic goals rather than speculative purposes. Next, we will look into the types of forex market. So basically, there are three main types of forex market. The first one is spot forex market. The second one is forward forex market, and the third one is futures forex market. So, what are the difference between these three? Okay, spot forex market is the instantaneous exchange of currencies at the current exchange rate right away. This accounts for a sizable share of the whole forex market and involves buyers and sellers from the entire financial sector, as well as people exchanging currencies. For the forward forex market, it includes a buyer and seller agreeing to exchange currencies at an agreed upon price at a future date. So there is no physical currency exchange, just the value is exchanged. Futures forex market. The futures forex market is similar to the forward market, has an agreed upon price at an agreed upon time, upon date. But the main distinction is that the futures market is regulated and takes place on an exchange. This eliminates the danger that exists in other markets. So futures contracts are also used for hedging. There are numbers of participants in this foreign exchange market. The first one would be the central banks, where they are in charge of supervising foreign currency exchange in order to avoid economic crisis and maintain the flow of exports and imports. The next one, we have commercial banks. Commercial banks is a large commercial banks which serve as the market's nerve center, and they are the primary participants in the foreign exchange market. So these banks help in their retail clients or brand customers to conduct international trade and make overseas investments in financial assets that require the use of foreign currency. The third one, we have money broker. Money broker foreign exchange are people who trade in the currency market. So foreign exchange brokers operate as the middleman in transactions between dealers. And then we have corporation. The criteria are for business objectives such as compensating foreign exporters for raw materials purchased or for investment purposes. So typically these firms buy foreign currency. Alternatively, there are exporters that sell items to parties outside of the nation, necessitating the sale of the cash received for their report. So they will contact banks on a daily basis to obtain the most recent exchange rates, information affecting the rates, and guidance on the direction or trend to the many currencies they wanted to trade. And then lastly, we have non-bank financial institution, where may also require foreign currency for trade or investment purposes. It's a group of persons who are in charge of the insurance firms, pension funds, and pilgrim funds. Let's look into the roles of Bank Negara Malaysia in foreign exchange market. So the first one is flexible foreign exchange policy. This is a part of its complete prudential toolkits for monetary financial stability. So Bank Negara Malaysia maintains a flexible foreign exchange policy called FEP, and BNM is committed to ensure that this FEP continues to strengthen Malaysia's competitiveness by improving the environment for domestic and cross-border real economic operations. Second one is the Malaysian Ringgit exchange rate. It is also another crucial function for the BNM to guarantee that the foreign currency market runs smoothly and effectively. So the exchange rate is critical in the economy since it determines the pricing of our exports and imports, as well as the amount of foreign currency debt. Third one is maintaining price stability. BNM does not set a precise exchange rate objective, but monetary policy can have an indirect impact on it. So when Malaysian interest rates are lower than interest rates in other nations, everything else became equal. So investors may seek for greater returns elsewhere, limiting demand for Malaysian assets and hence for the ringgit. Establishes autonomous monetary policy. So Bank Negara Malaysia established this monetary policy by taking into consideration Malaysia's GDP and inflation, and allows the investors to invest or withdraw funds from Malaysia. So consider a scenario in which the Bank Negara fixed the exchange rate by pegging the ringgit to the US dollar at a lower, stronger rate than the current ringgit exchange rate. So at the same time, considering the domestic economic forecast, BNM sets the policy rate at a lower level than the policy rate in the US. Manage the risk. So BNM managing the risk caused by domestic and external events in the future. So while they do not establish exchange rate objectives, it is their responsibility to ensure that the exchange rate movements are orderly. Keeping and managing overseas reserves. So the central bank, according to the Central Bank of Malaysia Act 2009, BNM requires to maintain and manage foreign reserves in order to maintain financial and monetary stability and public trust. So given Malaysia's strong trade and financial connectivity with the global economy, international reserves are necessary as a safeguard against unanticipated capital flows reversals. Last but not least, the continued efforts to increase Malaysia's external resilience. So the rising liberalizations of the foreign exchange policy has resulted in corporations and banks collecting USD 365.5 billion in overseas assets as of end 2020. So up from USD 62.6 billion at the end of 2001. So domestic enterprises can use these external assets to meet their external obligations without incurring a lien on international reserves. Lastly, Bank Negara Malaysia improve international collaboration by continuing to expand international collaboration and ease access to global and regional financial safety nets. The country's efforts to strengthen its economic and financial resilience are complemented. Next, I will explain on the quotation of spot and forward market. So, what is spot market? Spot market is spot rates. There are quotes for interest rates, commodities, securities, or currencies that are settled in real time. So the spot rate, commonly known as the spot price, is the current market value of an item that is available for immediate delivery at the moment of quote. So for example, Company A enters into a spot transaction with Bank B on Tuesday at an agreed upon rate of exchange between two currencies. So with both parties delivering both currencies on forward market, on the other hand, is the rate where the price at which a party is prepared to enter into a contract to receive or send currency at a later date. So it can be done after the spot date, 1 week after the spot date, 1 month or 6 months, or even a year after the spot date. So one example is that, for example, on Tuesday, Company A enters into a forward agreement with Bank B. So bank B is required to provide a forward rate. The rate differs from the spot rate. Okay, this is determined by the interest difference between the two currencies. So the interest differential is translated into forward points or PIPS. So 5 points is equivalent to 0.003. Strategies, there are two. The first one is speculative purpose. So speculative purpose is riskier. We foresee the movement of the money we purchased or sold. If a speculator is bullish on the USD, he expects it to rise in the near future. So purchase USD versus purchase MYR, the position will be long USD. So if a speculator is bearish on the USD, he sell it against the Malaysian ringgit. So the position will be short USD. The second one is a commercial purpose. Commercial purpose dealers sees consumers who require foreign exchange. When a consumer buys or sells currency, dealers immediately square the position to reduce risk. Now let us look into the risk of foreign exchange. There are three risks that I would like to share with you. The first one is the transaction risk. Transaction risk is the risk that a firm faces while executing financial transactions across borders. It is possible that the exchange rate for the currency with which you're dealing will change before your transaction is completed. So the second one is the translation risk. Translation risk means the companies with worldwide operations can face this translation risk. So if the subsidiary is located in a nation with a weakening currency, the assets of the firm will be less valued in the consolidated accounts. And the third one is the settlement risk. Settlement risk arises when a counterparty fails to satisfy an agreement of the amount of money to be exchanged on a given. So how can we minimize the risk? Okay, here are the ways on how that we can minimizing the risk of foreign exchange. The first one is stop loss strategies. Stop loss strategies means that this can be used to limit losses and minimizing risk. The second one is purchase a S&P 500 index fund. So this is an index and assortment of the largest American companies, but it may also be used as a tool to diversify your exposure to foreign exchange risk. The third one is global diversification. This means that we can accomplish through index funds with concentrated exposure to important currency regions like the United States, like the Eurozone, and the Asia Pacific. Fourth one is foreign bonds should be handled with caution. So what does it mean? Okay, it means that if the dollar appreciates in relation to the currency of your foreign bond, this has an impact on the bond's price, as well as any future interest payments because they are now less valuable in dollars. So given this significant risk, investors could want to steer clear of foreign bonds. Foreign stocks, however, may provide a unique opportunity since they can grow more quickly and provide more potential. And the last one is to invest in currencies that are strong. So when investing at the national level, look for nations with robust and rising currencies. In other words, compared to your native currency, these currencies are strong. So what are the factors affecting foreign exchange market? The first one is the domestic economy, conditions and policies. So the exchange rate is one of the most important indicators of a nation's relative economic health. A nation's foreign exchange rate serves as a window into its level of economic stability. The second one is interest rates. Currency exchange rates, inflation, and interest rates are all closely related. So a central bank may influence inflation and exchange rates through regulating interest rates, and changing interest rates can bring an impact on both inflation and currency values. And last one is the geopolitical factors. Geopolitical factors means that your currency strength may be influenced by a nation's political environment and economic growth. So have you ever wondered about the relations between regional financial crises to Asian countries? What impact will they give to Asian countries. So as you can see in the slide, this is the timeline of the Asian financial crisis. From July 1997, the Thailand baht started to collapse and turns to float rate, and then followed by peso and rupiah. They are devalued. So IMF extends 1.1 billion loan to Philippines. And then moving on to the next country, so there comes Hong Kong, Korean, and seems like almost every country in Asia were affected by this fall of currency exchange rates, and the bursting of the hot money bubbles are the causes of the Asian financial crisis. Yes, in July 1997, it started in Thailand and quickly expanded throughout East and Southeast Asia. So the financial crisis had a significant negative impact on asset prices, stock markets, and currency values in various East and Southeast Asian countries. So in 1997, the Thai government ran out of foreign currency. The Thai baht had to be allowed to float since the government could no longer support its exchange rate, and which had previously been locked by the US dollar. So as a result, the Thai baht exchange rate immediately fell. And 2 weeks later, the Philippine peso and Indonesian rupiah also both saw large devaluations. The causes of the Asian financial crisis are unclear and elusive. So one of the primary causes is said to be the popping of the hot money bubble. So between the end of 1980s and the start of 1990s, several Southeast Asian countries had tremendous economic growth, most notably Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and South Korea. So the achievement was known as the Asian economic miracle. The achievement did, however, involve a significant risk. Among the countries most affected by the Asian financial crisis were Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, South Korea, and Philippines. So their stock exchanges, currency rates, and the cost of other assets are all decreased. Even double-digit decreases in GDP were seen in the affected countries. To lessen the crisis economic damage, the affected countries took corrective action. In order to finance reform initiatives in the three most severely affected nations, Indonesia, Korea, and Thailand, the IMF contributed 36 billion in late 1997 and early 1998. So this financial support was given by the IMF as a part of foreign aid packages worth around 100 billion. So unfortunately, in these three nations, the initial reluctance of the authorities to implement reforms and take other steps to regain confidence exacerbated the crisis by leading to currency and stock markets. Of the financial crisis have been a sharp decline in investment and consumption across all the countries impacted, along with a quick improvement in trade balances. So in contrast to deficits of 27 billion in 1997 and 54 billion in 1996, it is anticipated that Indonesia, Korea, Malaysia, and Philippines and Thailand would enjoy a 20 billion current account surplus in 1998. So although output in Indonesia and Korea is projected to stagnate and output in Thailand to slightly decline, this forced improvement in the external position will help to offset losses in domestic demand. So in contrast to this crisis that may be largely resolved by macroeconomic adjustment, the severity and importance of the East Asian financial sector crisis, as well as other structural defects in the countries involved, indicate that it will take longer to undertake the necessary remedial measures. So the sharp declines in the currency and financial markets also indicate that once confidence has returned, there is possibility for quite swift recovery. Let us now discuss on the advantages of foreign exchange market. The first one is forex exchange markets provide traders a lot of leeway. This means that it gives traders a lot of flexibility. So because there are no restrictions on how much money may be utilized for trading. Furthermore, there is hardly any market regulation. So because of this and the fact that the market is open every day of the week, traders have a very flexible environment. Evening and weekends are a good time for currency trading for people with regular jobs. However, they are unable to do the same on stock or bond markets or inside their own niche. Next, forex markets provide traders a diverse selection of trading options. So, the availability of a broad trading alternatives on the forex market is the second benefit. Traders have access to thousands of possible currency pairings. Additionally, they have the choice of making an immediate trade or a long-term arrangement. The third one is the foreign currency market provides an environment with minimal transaction costs. So, additionally, the foreign exchange market offers a setting of with low transaction costs in comparison to others, more conventional markets. So, when comparing trading other markets on a percentage basis to forex, the transaction costs are incredibly low. And in all of the markets of financial assets, forex actually provide the highest level of leverage of any financial asset market. So forex markets provide the largest amount of leverage because of the way forex markets are set up. Investors who engage in the market can make up to 20 or 30 times their initial. Short-term sales are very straightforward, so in certain markets, short-term sales could be dangerous. However, selling currency in the short term is rather straightforward in forex trading because currencies are purchased and sold in pairs. A trader must sell a currency for everyone. Complete forex system automation. So this benefit to take into account is the FX system. E-commerce strategies are entirely compatible with forex trading. So by doing research, forex traders may automate trading, logging in, stopping losses, and limiting pre-trade. Another benefit is the different currency movements and possibilities. So this means that various currency moves and opportunities, the price of major currencies fluctuates significantly in the forex market. So if transactions are properly put in the right place at the right time, large price fluctuations may help produce significantly. The forex market is decentralized. This means that the foreign exchange market, being a worldwide market, forex is unrelated to any one location or country. So such decentralized economy reduces the likelihood of unplanned market shocks. Additionally, this contributes to cheap. Disadvantages of foreign exchange market. The currency market has disadvantages in addition to its many benefits. Yes, a lot of benefits and advantages, but also a number of disadvantages. The first one is the forex market is tough to regulate. This is because it is, of course, global market. So the sovereignty of many different nations, currencies is at stake, and the forex market is difficult to govern. So as a result, market regulation by the government is not one. Forex markets provide the possibility to profit through leverage. So leverage offers a potential profit to in the forex markets. Leverage by definition implies risk, and a gearing ratio of 20 to 30 times signifies a high level of risk. So if a person places a highly leveraged bet, given the volatility of forex market, they risk losing all of their money. Another disadvantage is a foreign exchange trading firm is challenging to manage. So trading firms' operations is difficult due to the management of foreign currency. This is because, in contrast to humans, the currency market is always active. As a result, they must rely on computers to maintain the value of their investments after traders have left. So on the other hand, multinational firms have trading desks all over the world. This is only feasible though if the transaction is fairly significant. Next one is the lack of transparency. The lack of transparency in the forex market is due to the existence of brokers or intermediaries. The forex market is not entirely transparent. So this is due to the fact that when using a broker, a trader may lack the authority to decide how to order and trade, and may not be able to sufficiently knowledgeable about the best offer, and may even have restricted perspectives on bids that are only supplied by his trader. Lastly is the price volatility indicators that are complex. The complex price volatility is another drawback. So forex price fluctuations are influenced by a number of variables, including global political, economic issues, making it challenging to assess the data and making trading decisions. So either we risk it or leverage should be increased. Large leverage can be used to invest in forex, which can lead to profitable or unsuccessful transactions. So the normal leverage offered by a forex market is the ratio 1 to 50. So leverage is a powerful tool for traders, but it is also carries a significant level of danger. Markets for foreign currencies are essential for international trade, investment, and financial activities. So these markets enable companies who engaged in foreign currencies to change their existing currency holdings or deposits into new one. Foreign exchange traders manage the majority of transactions. On an average day, they handle over $1 trillion in transactions involving only US dollars in foreign exchange. As a global economic activity, trade and investment have expanded, and as well as technology that allows for real-time information and trading. The significance of foreign currency market has grown. So with billions of dollars changing hands every day, forex markets have become into the most active and continuous marketplaces in the whole globe. The Malaysian government's flexible exchange rate regime, which enables the necessary macroeconomic changes in response to outside shocks, is consistent with the Bank Negara Malaysia's activities in the foreign market. So businesses and individuals may safeguard themselves against exchange rate volatility thanks to the wide variety of currency rate hedging options available. Membership in regional and global financial safety nets provides Malaysia with extra defense against foreign currency liquidity shocks. So the prudent and careful handling of foreign reserves is essential given their significance.